So whether you prepare meals at home or dine out, do you think about what you're eating and how much of it you should really be having? Do you ever think about serving sizes?
So I'm in the kitchen lab grabbing 3 meals that we're going to take a closer look at today.
Food. It comes in all different shapes, sizes, and colors, just like people. But how exactly are these two very different things related? A 2005 article from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition observed a trend. As our appetite for larger portions has increased, so has the rise in obesity. And one possible contributing factor to obesity is the increase in the amount of food we eat daily.
So we're outside of the MU to kind of gauge people's understanding of standard serving sizes.
So we've picked 3 meals from 3 restaurants that are located in the Union, and we've tried to pick a standard meal that an OSU student would pick. And we're asking students to gauge how many servings of grains, protein, fruit, vegetables, or dairy that's in each meal.
Okay, so we have what would be a typical turkey sandwich you can get here on campus.
So this is a burrito with a side of salsa.
This is a Chinese food plate from a popular spot on campus. 52% of people surveyed said they think they can easily judge the number of servings of the different food groups just by looking at a meal. Approximately only 20% of them could accurately guess the correct number of servings of each food group.
Okay, so for the burrito, we have, between the sour cream and olives, a little less than 10 teaspoons of fat, which falls under the oils category. Between the chips, tortilla, and rice, there's 9 ounces of grains. Between the salsa and other vegetables on the burrito, there's 1 1/4 cups of vegetables. There was 1.8 ounces of cheese, which is a little less than 1/4 of a cup servings of dairy. For the protein, we have beans and chicken, and according to the USDA guidelines, 1/4 cup of beans is equal to a 1 ounce serving of protein. 1/4 cup of beans weighs 1.5 ounces, and we had 3 ounces of beans total in weight, giving us a 2 ounce serving of protein. That combined with 4 ounces of chicken equals 6 ounces of protein.
Megan, I am so glad that you explained that bean conundrum because I encountered the exact same thing when I was dissecting the turkey sandwich. So I identified that there were 2 ounces of turkey. There was also 2 ounces of hummus. However, as you explained before, 1/4 cup beans actually equals 1.5 ounces in weight. So that's how we get to our total of 1.25 ounce servings of protein. So our total protein in the turkey sandwich was 3 1/4 ounces. So when it comes to our grains, we had 3.5 ounces. We had 1/4 cup serving of vegetables. We also had a little less than 1/4 cup serving of dairy. I was also able to dissect the Asian dish. So we had a total of 5.1 ounces of protein. Now this is our chicken and our beef combined. We also had 1/4 cup serving of veggies, actually a little under that. And then we had a total of 9.4 ounces of grains. Now, this number is so large because we had to include the breading that was also on the chicken. So that's something to really keep in mind. So therefore, when you go out to eat to your favorite restaurant, you now have all the tools you need to identify the serving. Whoa, where did you come from?
Doesn't matter.
It does.
When I go out to eat, I don't bring a scale to weigh my food.
You don't?
No. I didn't bring measuring tools. How am I supposed to know how much?
I don't know. That's a great question. How do you find it out?
Come with me. And I'll show you.
Okay, let's go. All right.
So, since you're probably not going to bring a scale or measuring cups when you go out to eat, there are a couple of tricks that are useful so you can gauge how much you're eating. For example, 1 cup serving of fruit and vegetables cut up is approximately the size of a woman's fist. For grains, a 1 ounce serving is about the size of a cassette tape. For your fats and oils, about 1 tablespoon is the size of a poker chip, and this is a tablespoon of mayonnaise. It can also represent butter or sour cream or margarine. And keep in mind that 1 tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. For protein, we have 3 ounces of deli meat or chicken breast is about the size of a deck of cards. And once again, the 3 ounces represents 3 ounces out of your allotted amount, recommended amount of protein for the day. A half cup of beans is about the size of a light bulb, and that's going to give you 2 ounces of protein. And a handful of nuts is about 1 ounce, and that is going to give you, represent 2 ounces of protein. For dairy, we've got 1.5 ounces of hard cheese is about a serving of dairy, and that equates to about 3 dice. And for milk, about 8 ounces is equal to 1 cup of dairy, and it's going to look like about this amount when you have it in a 12-ounce glass. So those are just a few tips to keep in mind when you're going out to eat, or when you're eating at home, or you have a snack somewhere, to kind of gauge how much you're getting.
So we've been talking about serving sizes, but how does that differ from a portion size? A portion is the amount of food on your plate, while a serving size is the USDA recommended specific amount of food defined by a measurement. For example, this bagel could be considered 1 portion, but is actually 2 servings of grains.
And don't be deceived by the serving sizes on food labels. They are not the same serving sizes that we've been talking about. They are an amount that is set by the food manufacturer and are not regulated by USDA.
When in doubt, compare the serving to an object. For example, 1 serving of a bagel is comparable to the size of a compact disc.
So what does all this information on serving sizes mean to you? Well, if you're interested in maintaining a healthy diet, one thing to keep in mind is serving sizes and just paying attention to how much you're really eating. What I have in front of me are 3 different meals from 3 different restaurants from here on campus. We have an Asian food plate, a turkey sandwich, and a chicken burrito. So this is everything you get when you order one of these 3 meals. This is what your plate should look like based on the serving sizes from Choose My Plate. Oh wait, and don't forget the fruit.